James Bryan asks, have you ever made out with a girl?
Get your freak on. I'm back like a crack. I know you guys like that. I don't know if you guys cook crack though. Unless you're in a trap house. Anyway, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This time I get to answer your questions. Like a couple of weeks back, let's talk about February though. I asked you guys to ask me anything. Now a lot of you were like, oh my god, thanks for doing the Instagram live, but could you answer the questions on the tube? So you know what, girl, you know what, boo, I'm here on the tube for you. So throw it on, lovers, let me get into your questions.
Scene Detty asked, where do you get your customized Wiko from?
Well, Scene Detty, girl, a lady who runs the Instagram page Modern African Woman. It has underscores. I'll link it below. She's the one who actually hooked me up with the Wikos, and I thought they're super dope. However, again, I'll link it below so you guys can be able to, you know, get yourself some of those Wikos, because you know you need to be throwing down with style.
So Connie Wachia asks, what course did you do in university?
Connie, I studied communications. Why do you think your girl can communicate so well? Yeah.
Same girl. Connie asks, how did you get to start on get a start on radio?
Connie, let me tell you the craziest thing. When I moved back, I was just like knocking on doors. Capsule was the first place I went, and they were like, you sound dope, but we ain't rocking with you. So I went to, my dad hooked up an interview at Homeboys Radio. I went in, shout out to DJ John, went in there with some dope ideas, and I started off there as an intern. Now, the biggest turning point in my radio career was, I have a friend, shout out to Kimathi of Jamhuri, where I know you're gonna watch this. He called me up and he's like, yo, listen, Wanuri, she's a film director, is filming something for Sugar and they're looking for Pan-Africanist people. I think you'd be so dope. Why don't you come in? So I went in and we were taken for a pre-screening for Sugar. You guys won't even believe. I standing in there and I'm talking to somebody. Nick Watuma walks up to the circle and we're all talking. Then he turns to me and he says, you have such a dope voice. And I work for this radio station. Would you like to come in? Literally, that was it. Ever since then, I got his phone number. I would always call him. I remember one day sitting in the KBS like, yo, so I'm on my way. Are you still at the office? That was literally it. I made sure to constantly keep in touch with him in order to make my dream come true. And that's how I got into radio. Wow, I'm pretty sure Nancy didn't even know that.
Nope, I did not know that.
Funny, you went on to ask what's my 2 cents on smoking marijuana. I mean, ain't nobody died from marijuana. It's better than alcohol. Yet. You tried marijuana on sex? Get your freak on.
Nikki Gaki asks, your views on online dating? Thank you.
Nikki Gaki, wow. First of all, shout out to you. You're such a ride or die fan. I absolutely love it. I don't want to call you fan. Throwdown lover. That's what you are. You rock with the squad. My views on online dating. Do it. You know what? I don't know. Like, I feel like you're gonna meet somebody who probably you guys see eye to eye, and the best part is this: the fact that you guys are online dating means you guys get to communicate, right? There's no that physical, so you guys are really getting to know each other. I vouch for it. 100, 100, 100, the emoji, 100, 100, 100.
William Igor asked, can you be my sponsor?
William Igor, damn. See the way my bank account is looking. What happened was, I could have had you on the roster, but I can't. Not at the moment.
Shane Arthur Jr. asked, who's your favorite rapper?
Shane Arthur, I'm very biased to tell. 416, grew up in Toronto. Toronto raised me, Nairobi pays me. Okay, well, that's not my favorite rapper. Jay-Z, for sure. For sure, he's my favorite rapper. He has a line for every mood in life. I like it.
Becky Wawero asks, what is that one super easy and quick meal that you fix on a lazy day?
Bex Waweru, that's what I want to call you.
And she was like, you are my favorite YouTuber. I love you.
Oh my god, Becky! Throwdown lover squad goals. You're my goals. What's that one quick and easy meal to fix? Quick and easy, to be honest, has to be potatoes.
I knew it.
Peel them, Sprinkle some Italian herbs on them, salt, pepper, garlic, paprika, some oil, throw them in the oven. I really believe in the idea like the oven comes through, to be honest, and we don't utilize it to our best needs. Or even I wanted to say the beer can chicken, but nah, you gotta rub that down, you gotta show it some love.
But she's asked also any ideas for a romantic meals on Valentine's, but I can imagine even on any other day you'd like to make like a romantic meal you can enjoy with your partner.
One romantic meal to enjoy with your partner. I want to go with lasagna, but you guys are gonna be like, where that recipe at? I'm gonna go with a great steak. I've noticed all men love steak unless he says it's vegan. So a great steak, at least it doesn't take too long to cook. You want it great medium rare, salted, black pepper. You don't even need to do much. You just salt it, black pepper it, sear it on the pan, and let it cook for like 5 minutes, I think, or 3 to 4 minutes on each side. So that when you cut through it, it's medium rare.
I'm salivating, Mandi. Stop.
Oh my god, she's salivating because of how I'm describing the food. But yeah, that would be my go-to meal with like some mashed potatoes and like some sauteed skumas. Boom. Atashiba, ataginger.
Carol Oyolai asks, is there any one or two foods that you don't like?
Hey Carol girl. Carol who? Sorry?
Oyolai.
Carol Oyolai. You've gone on to ask any two foods that or any foods that I dislike. To be honest, I don't admit this often enough. I genuinely dislike omena. Like, why does that little fish exist? And I know I'm gonna get bashed for it, but why does that little fish exist? Like, kwanini ina exist? It is so bad. Like, it's so disgusting to me, to be honest. Like, I mean, I've cooked it before for the 100 days, but even then I was just like, I just don't like the texture of it in my mouth. And I know there are people who have bomb recipes for it, but the texture, oh.
She also asks, and what's your top favorite restaurant in Nairobi? I know you answered this, but can you just choose that one place when you're like, you wake up, you want to go to? Like,
the major reason why I can't pick a top favorite restaurant is because my palate is bougie as hell. Like, it's so bougie, I hate it sometimes. Like, the days, it's like, you know what? Kalika fish Kamama Ashanti will hit the spot. But then there are days, it's like, we want a seared salmon, and you can go to the chop house at Radisson and get that with scallops, and it's lit! And then there are days where I'm just like, oh my god, I want Afghani food, where I'll go to Afghan house. So my palate is very, very bougie, and it's like a love and hate that I have for it. Like, I've been craving ugali and shrimp. Like, what kind of levels of bougie is that, Sasa?
Bougie bitch. So, Just Tush asks, if you had the chance to meet any of your idols, dead or alive, Oprah, Mahatma Gandhi, me, who would you meet? What color?
Wait, did she include herself?
Yep.
Okay, so Just Tush, I'm gonna meet you, and I'm gonna meet. But I want to go with Lance Gross, but I have a fetish for him, so maybe he's not an idol. But I would want to meet Denzel Washington or Will Smith. Mm-hmm. My God, like, just how their mind works. Or Taraji P. Henson. I'm all about that black excellence, though. Jada Pinkett Smith. Ooh! Nancy is really loving this, guys. She's my camera chick today.
Yal Davis is asking, which camera do you use to shoot your videos, vlogs, and food posts?
So interestingly enough, I work with like 2 other different people. Well, for some of my videos on YouTube, which you guys have watched, I actually have a videographer. I have to ask him what camera he uses. So for the food, which is actually shot by Sunny, look at his handle just pop up right here. Yes, it's actually a 600D if I'm not wrong. Well, I'll let Sunny comment back. For a lot of my vlogs, shout out to the iPhone 6 be coming through during the day. I also use my iPhone actually to shoot food posts. I think the only thing that people don't know is like, it's all in the editing, boo. It's all in the editing and the plating. If you're plating in on fleek, let's go drink this tea.
Tell us about your career journey. What are some of the pinnacle and highlights about your career? And this was asked by Being Madcap.
Being madcap. Wow, that's a great question. So let's start this off by saying, did you guys know I was very insecure when I got into this food blogging space? Mainly because a lot of people know me through the media. I was in radio, I am still in radio, TV. And when I started food, I genuinely just started sharing it because of sharing the food through my hashtag. And I was very insecure because I get attacked for my accent, how I look, how short I am, anything about me. So I wasn't ready for my food to get attacked because it's something that I'm extremely passionate about. So one of the major highlights of my life has been the fact that I'm actually earning a living off of what I love to do. When I let go of those insecurities, girl, you get this money and you stay doing what you do. Like, the money isn't the major thing, but it's just the continuous growth of the content that I make that really gives me a high, and I enjoy that high.
Amy Gishuhi asks, got any tricks for pan-fried fish?
Well, Amy Gishui, I hope you got some paper and pen, because this is one of my easiest ways to make it. Take your fish fillet, pat it down dry, take a bowl, mix in 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, a tablespoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of black pepper, some salt, of course. Mix that all together, coat your fish, fry it, shallow fry it in a pan until it is golden brown on each side. Boom. That's not that hard.
Kate Chosen asks, who is your mentor and do you have mentees?
So Kate Chosen, my mentor is actually Olivia Ortino. As for mentees, maybe I'm gonna take up some people this year. It's something that I've really been battling, mainly because my work is getting overwhelming. A lot is happening in my life, so I don't like to half-ass inspiring people, to be honest.
Wakilingi asks, what do you do to keep fit?
Hey Irene, Wakilingi. I feel like your name should be Irene. Irene. High definition. Irene. Hi Irene. Irene Wakilingi. That's such a great question. So if your girl is back in the gym trying to get this body snatched. So portion control is actually one of my major things. People think all the food that I post, I'm always eating it. Girl, I be watching my portions like crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I think, and then another thing is, I like things that are savory, not sweet. So I think the fact that I'm always not packing on sugar has been good to me. So there's that.
Brian OG Loaf, how did you learn to throw down? Tell us that story where throwdown started.
Brian, I feel like, first of all, you shouldn't be OG Loaf. You should be Brian Dej Loaf. So what was the question, sorry?
How did you learn to throw down?
So I learned to throw down, and whenever I say this, I am usually very careful not to really show off to people. I'm very thankful for my parents being well-traveled to expose my palate to so many things. So both of my parents, my dad is Kenyan, my mom is Rwandese and Burundian. So imagine those two different palates. My dad is actually from the coast. My mom is from, of course, Kigali and Bujumbura. So they have very different mixed feelings about food. And then I grew up in Canada. My dad is well-traveled, so he's a very great throwdown king. And my mom is a throwdown queen as well. So my thing is, with where I learned how to cook was through them and through my palate. I mean, one of my best friends in Canada is Filipino. We used to eat pork and lumpia, all that stuff, all the time. And I dated a Jamaican, which exposed my palate even more. I have Ghanaian friends. So to be very honest, all those cuisines have infused my love for throwing down. So I started just throwing down and sharing. Like, you can even see the first picture. We were all drunk. Dad, I hope you don't watch this. We were drunk at his house when I moved back to Kenya. And I made some chicken, took a picture, used the hashtag Miss Mandi Throwdown, and that's about it.
And that's where it started, guys.
Nancy
So
is really, she's really trying.
So Lisa Listy Isa asks, love or money?
Lisa Isti.
Lisa Listy Isa, love or money?
LLE. That's what we're gonna call you, girl, because your name is quite long. Love or money? Pff, you know what? D. All of the above. Hey, I'm not
She
picking.
also asks, chicken or fish?
D. All of the above. Ain't no way you making me pick. I'm picking chicken and fish. Love and shmoney.
James Bryan asks, Have you ever made out with a girl?
Hey, Jimo. I've been bi-curious. That's what we're gonna leave it at. Been bi-curious for sure.
So, Iboso asks, when are you ever gonna write a cookbook?
Iboso, man, this pressure is real to write a cookbook. I keep looking at my YouTube channel as your visual cookbook, but it seems as though you guys want something to keep at home, so I'm definitely gonna start. I've already started, but I'm definitely gonna get into working on it more.
Rimi Kenya asks, which book are you reading currently?
Murimi Kenya. Murimi Kenya. Okay, so I've gone back to revisit Dreamhampton and Jay-Z's Decoded book, actually. It's full of gems.
Ruth Nzao asked, who are you dating, girl?
What's her name?
Ruth Nzao.
Ruth Nzao, don't you want the tea? I see you want the tea. Well, you know what? I'm not going to tell you who I'm dating. I'm just going to bring him on my YouTube channel so that he can show you how he can make some mean jollof.
Yes.
I hope this Q&A session was great for you guys. You got to know me a little bit more better. You got to know how my palette is so bougie. But if you guys have any more questions, you know what you need to do. Leave them in the comment section below. I will film another episode of this. And if you love this video, guess what you need to do? Give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that. And love to the Throwdown lovers.